Hi guys, this is Corey. It's been a couple weeks since I've done a video, and there's a good reason for that. That is because I was in rehab for almost 2 weeks. Um, so I haven't been here lately, and that's why. Um, so a lot of you guys know that I've been struggling um over the past year, really about the whole past year, pretty much. Um, and I really needed some help. So I decided to check myself into rehab. And it was honestly the best decision I've ever made because I'm doing so much better. I graduated rehab yesterday morning and I got home yesterday afternoon. I went to Ascension Brighton Center for Recovery in Brighton, Michigan, across the state for me. It's about 40 minutes from Detroit roughly. And I live in Grand Rapids, and I'm now back home at my apartment in Grand Rapids. Very happy to be back home, but it was overall a really positive experience and one of the best things I've done in my life. Basically, what led up to me going to rehab is I was really under the influence one night, and I was having a discussion with a friend of mine, Kyle Baylitz. For those of you who don't know who Kyle Baylitz is, Kyle and his brother Travis Baylitz, they um, they are really good people. They are Korean adoptees, and they are twins, and they live in Hastings, Minnesota, and they both have had their share of mental health issues, and they have a channel on here too. They have a channel called Beyond Bipolar Blog, and I really encourage you guys to check out their channel. Again, it's called Beyond Bipolar Blog. Please check it out. They have all kinds of great content on their channel, mental health, physical health, the whole 9 yards. So I encourage you guys to check it out. But anyway, Kyle just basically brought up a really good point. I was just like really under the influence, and he said, Corey, you've been trying to do this on your own for so long, and it's getting you nowhere. It's just nothing you're doing is working. And he said, I really think you need professional treatment, professional help. And so I thought about it, and the more I thought about it, I was like, he's right. So what I did was about I was up all night because I was on DXM, and you don't really sleep when you're on DXM. So I stayed up the whole night, and somewhere around 6:30 in the morning, I got on the phone with my uncle, and I said, Uncle Brian, I need you to drive me to Network 180 because I need to get into detox. For those of you guys who don't know, here in Kent County, Network 180 is our public mental health and substance abuse provider for our county, and my uncle was gracious enough to drive me to Network 180 that morning, and I went to Network 180, and I walked in and I just said, I really need to get into detox. And so we waited a long time, and then we sat down in an office, talked to a case manager there, or social worker, whatever, that type of thing. His name was Dennis. He's a really good guy. And we came up with some options that would accept my insurance, my the type of Medicare insurance I have. And we tried a couple detox centers that were kind of closer to Grand Rapids, but they didn't treat DXM and marijuana. They were more interested in treating like uppers, like cocaine and meth and that kind of thing. And that's not really my problem. I'm addicted to marijuana and I'm addicted to DXM. which for those of you guys who don't know, DXM is a dissociative. It's in the same class of drugs as PCP and ketamine. Um, and it's in over-the-counter cough syrup. Almost every kind of cough syrup you can think of has DXM in it. And I don't want to go into details about how you take it or what the different kinds do and have effects on you, because I don't want to give anybody ideas. Because if someone were to try this and end up really hurting themselves, there's no way I could forgive myself for that. So I'm not going to go into a lot of details, but it's a very, very, very powerful high, and it's very, very, very addictive. Uh, I've done a lot of drugs, and it's by far the hardest I've ever. It's by far the hardest thing I've ever had to beat. I don't know why, but I really had no problem getting off crack. Really had no problem getting off meth. Really didn't have a problem getting off alcohol even. But this fucking cough syrup bullshit is just the hardest thing I've ever had to do. Um, so yeah, I went to Ascension, um, Brighton Center for Recovery in Brighton, Michigan, because they treat DXM and marijuana, and a really good program, you guys. Really good program. I was there for 12 days. And like I said, I just got out yesterday. Um, so on January 16th, that's when I got out at about 11 in the morning. And a lot of it is programming. Okay. So you're in classes pretty much all day. And then at nighttime in the evening, you have an AA or an NA meeting to go to. I did like the fact that they encouraged AA and NA because I'm a big advocate for both of those programs. So that was definitely something that made me happy. And then the programming, and then also you meet with an individual therapist for one-on-one sessions. They assign you with a therapist that you see for the couple of weeks that you're in there. So I met with her like 3 or 4 different times. Her name was Kathy, and she was just incredible. Very good therapist. So between the individual sessions and the classes that you go to in the daytime, we covered literally everything. Um, how I got addicted, what kind of influences and triggers I have, childhood problems, unwanted sex. I mean, you name it, we covered it. I mean, we just went through everything. Relapse prevention program. Um, relapse things to do to prevent you from relapsing, basically. Because you got to have a plan for when you get out, and they're really good at helping you with the discharge plan. So, there's that. And then I saw a psychiatrist at one point for my schizoaffective disorder, which wasn't really anything special because my schizoaffective disorder is pretty well under control. So she decided to keep all my mental health medications the same because they're working. So I was pretty happy about that. She was a really nice gal. And then I saw a regular doctor every morning around 7:30 or 8 o'clock in the morning, and that addressed both physical and mental health. Oh, and they check your vitals every morning to see how your lungs sound, how you're breathing, what your blood pressure is, what your temperature is, because we have the whole pandemic thing going on right now. And that's another thing too. I felt like they did a really good job keeping us safe from COVID. They took excellent precautions, and we're constantly sanitizing things, and we're constantly checking our temperatures. So really good, really good precautions for that. Um, so a big part of my um, treatment too included vitamin supplements. It's probably the most vitamins I've taken in quite a few years. I guess the type of vitamins that they have me on were they're supposed to help you detox, I guess. So they had me on B complex, they had me on B12, they had me on vitamin D, they had me on folic acid, um, men's one a day multivitamin. Um, I feel like I'm forgetting something. I mean, there were a lot of them, so I can't really remember. But you get the idea, you know. So, oh, and there was a gym there too, so I had the opportunity to exercise. It's probably the most I've exercised in about, well, really ever since I got back here to Michigan, so about 3 or 4 years now. So that was very positive. I got good exercise. That's really good for your mental health, you know, and your recovery. So I was happy about that. But one thing I want to talk about too that is different this time around is while I was there, about halfway through my detox, I I did make the decision to pursue a craving blocker. And that is a very controversial issue because I know from going through AA and NA that in the recovery community, medication assisted treatment is very controversial. You have some people that support it, and then you have some people that are against it. Um, my dad and my stepmom really did not want me to do it. They had some concerns about me going on a craving blocker and what that might do to me, especially what might happen if I relapse while I'm on it. But I went ahead and did it anyway because I was the first 5 or 6 days I was in there was just pure hell, and the cravings just would not go away. And I think about other times I got clean, the cravings didn't go away then either. I've had cravings every day of my life since I was 19 and I'm 30 now. So it's very difficult for me to get rid of cravings. Um, so I'm not going to stay on the craving blocker forever, but I want to try to at least get a good 6 months in before I get off of it because I do feel like I need this assistance right now. And I know I'm going to have certain family members that aren't happy about it. But when it comes down to it, it's really my decision. And this is the decision I made, and I'm sticking with it for the next few months. Um, and it's called naltrexone. It's a 50 milligram pill. I take it every morning. And what I can say about it is I'm having no side effects from it, and it is working very, very well. This is really the first time since I was 19 that I've been free of cravings. And so that's huge for me. I mean, it feels so liberating not to have cravings. I feel like a normal person again. I haven't had this since I was like 17 or 18 years old, you guys. And it's just an amazing feeling. I can be happy without being on drugs and be craving free, you know. So I know it's controversial, but I want to just give it a chance. Um, and I'll make another video about this because, you know, if you think about it, like with my schizoaffective medications and stuff, I usually make a video about each of the medications I'm on to review it and let you guys know how it's working out for me. And I'll do the same thing for the naltrexone. Sometime in the future, I'll make a video about naltrexone and talk about how it works and just give you guys more information about that. So, yes, I am on a craving blocker. I don't plan on being on it for very long, but just to get me through early recovery, I do feel like I need this assistance. So that's the situation with that. Um, so tonight it's a little after 10:30 p.m. and it's January 17th. It's Monday. It's Martin Luther King Day. Happy Martin Luther King Day, everybody. I hope everybody had a good holiday. It's an important holiday. It's a celebration of civil rights here in the United States. Very important. very important to all of us. So I hope everybody had a great day. At midnight tonight, I will have 14 days clean, exactly 2 weeks. And I feel great. I feel amazing. Um, Aftercare plans. Um, I didn't just I didn't just get discharged from rehab with no plan. They have me doing a lot of stuff right now. So I'm gonna be very busy for the next 2 or 3 months. Very, very busy. They have me going through IOP again. So I'm gonna be in IOP 3 days a week, and they're 3-hour classes. And because of my insurance, there was nothing here in Grand Rapids that my insurance would pay for IOP. So I have to take it through St. Mary's Hospital in Livonia, Michigan. I'm going to be doing it virtually. I'm going to be doing it here from home over the internet. And I'm pretty optimistic about IOP. You know, I've been through it a couple times before, but I didn't take it seriously. I still continued to smoke marijuana through it, and I bullshitted my way through it both times. So this time we're doing it with abstinence and we're doing it with honesty. We're not smoking marijuana and we're not bullshitting anybody. Um, so I feel very optimistic about it this time around. I feel like I'm going to be very successful. And also, I'm in BCR's CCP program. CCP program stands for Continued Care Program, and that is a 1 year program. So I'm going to be in this program for the next year. And what this is all about is it includes group therapy, it includes family therapy sessions, um, it includes one on one individual sessions. And I have a case manager that's going to call me on a weekly basis to monitor my progress and see how I'm doing in recovery. And if I need any assistance, I would come to that person. So it's through BCR where I did my rehab at, and it's a 1 year program. So that's gonna help me with accountability. You know, it's all about being accountable. So that's gonna help me for the next year. So I feel very good about that. Um, so in addition to these programs, you know, I am gonna be returning for to work. I decided to take this week off because I didn't want anything to trigger me and I just wanted to focus solely on recovery for this first week out. But next week I plan on returning to work. And so I'll have work, I'll have IOP, I'll have the CCP program, and I'll have everything I have going on at the Alano Club, which I'm involved in 3 different programs at the Alano Club, which are AA, NA, and Smart Recovery. So that right there is a good 4 or 5 hours a day. So these programs keep me very busy. Um, and always just so thankful to have such a supportive family around me. You know, my dad, my stepmom, my biological mom, my grandparents, my aunt and uncle. Everybody is just so supportive of my recovery, and I'm just so blessed and thankful for that. Oh, also, while I was in BCI, I had a individual family therapy session with my dad. Um, my dad, uh, it was a virtual thing. We did it online. You know, my dad was online, and it was like a webcam type of thing, and kind of like how IOP is going to be for me. And I don't know how my dad feels about that, but I feel like it was really good. I felt like we got a lot talked about. I feel like we touched on a lot of important subjects. My dad got to voice his concerns. I got to voice my concerns. I got to try to explain things the best I could because I didn't feel like my dad knew, um, you know, the entire situation. So I feel like there was a lot of open communication and everything like that. Just very good appointment. It was about an hour long and very good appointment. So but yeah, I want to cut this off because we're getting close to the 20-minute mark and I don't like to make videos over 20 minutes. But you guys get the idea. That's how rehab went. That's where I'm at in my recovery right now. And that's my plans for the next year basically. is continuing with these programs and just trying to stay clean. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope everybody's doing good, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.